gonna do a little bit of a brake test here. So you might hear some things move.
Like a GTR.
You'll notice that there's really no buttons in the car other than the windows and the door opening. Just like that C7 Corvette, to get out of the car, we've got this. So if I want to change the mirrors, I use this to scroll up and down, side to side. And this also does the steering wheel. So if I want to put fun Tesla noises. Okay, so we're already set up with that. Climate control. Now we don't have vents that move around with your hands. We actually can change that with this. So you can see the silhouette of a face sometimes. Why does it not do it right now?
Sometimes. I don't know.
Sometimes, okay. But anyway, you can change your vents, passenger vents, etc. Glove box. There's a ton of storage space in this car. So, boom. Already, you're fitting a ton of stuff in here. There we go. This is for charging, so you've got iPhone and probably Android, I assume. Interior, leather, supple, not bad. Comfortable place to be. Again, we're talking about a $50,000 car, so there's high expectations, but really you're paying for technology. So let's just go for a drive. Just like the Model S, you can change your modes. So right now I have it with creep enabled. So when I lift off the brake, it will move forward like a typical automatic gearbox. And I also have regenerative braking on low, which is more like coast, I think it was called in the Model S, because I get nervous when the car just jumps to a stop when I lift off the throttle. The size of this wheel actually surprises me quite a bit. It's proper. It's actually kind of thick. It's more on the BMW side of girth, let's say, but it's a fairly small diameter. First thing I want to talk about is electric motors and torque. Oh, it's so good. It makes the weirdest noises. We've got rear wheel drive. We've got a really darty, pointy nose. Do we have the ability to change suspension settings, or is it fixed?
Fixed.
Okay.
It's not like the Model S where it's air suspension or anything like that.
All right, so we've got this fixed suspension. Certainly has a little bit of comfort bias, but that's okay. It's not a sports car, it's an economy car. I love having this huge open view, and one of the things that I noticed the second I get in, we're gonna fall off the edge.
Grid. You're in satellite mode and there's barely any signal here. If you press the map, you can turn it off.
That's back. All right, so one of the things that you notice immediately when you get in the car is that this is a greenhouse. There's so much glass here, it's completely bananas, and that's really fun because, but I don't know how that is in like the hot LA, Southern California sunshine in bumper-to-bumper traffic. I'm sure that might get a little annoying, but right now it's becoming autumn in New England, so I say this is the perfect leaf-peeping car, other than a convertible. People are already complaining about steering in Porsches and everyone going electric power assist. This is a Tesla, everything's electric. And right now, it's not a race car. I don't get a whole lot of feedback. It's a little numb, but the weighting of the wheel is actually really nice. And I'm not wondering where the car is going, but we're gonna take it on my favorite road and I'll give you a better idea of if that's true. Now, the owner also, for style points, took off the little hubcap things, which I think is really cool. And I'm gonna let this guy go. In the GLI.
Will?
It's not Will, but we are gonna be reviewing a GLI pretty soon. Something I notice for the driving experience that I do not like is these A-pillars are a little in the way sometimes. Not all the time. You've got this nice big cabin, that's great, but if I'm taking a left turn, I lose visibility. That blind spot is actually fairly large. So right now, as I'm coming around here, if there was a stopped car right there, I would not see it. So I've got to kind of peek out like this. Not much you can do about that.
What's the turning radius?
And we're gonna find out.
So you can actually keep the back camera on as well if you want. There's a button to do that. It's up to you.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not bad.
right on the bottom left.
Bottom.
Right above the wipers.
Right above
That,
the
yep, that lens.
This guy.
So that can always stay on.
Wild.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what the handling of the Tesla Model 3 is like. Always odd not to feel gear shifts. This is why I leave the coast mode instead of regen mode, because if I lift, I don't like upsetting the car. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a brake test here. So you might hear some things move. ABS kicks in very late. I'm surprised it actually lets you do that. But the stock tires, these are probably just an all-season.
Yeah, Michelin.
I'm actually impressed. The AS3s?
Primacy 4s, I think, or something
Like,
like that.
this thing's hanging on. So good on Tesla. This car handles. They didn't have to do that for us.
The 19s come with summer tires. Not the Super Sports, but I know they're summer tires.
I'm genuinely surprised that it wanted to lock up on me there before ABS really wanted to kick in. So that's maybe a firmware update of sorts. Like, that was not even 100% braking. That was maybe like 75, 80%. So I think there's still some kind of quirks and features to work out with the brakes on this car. They do feel like they're definitely different than the Model S. It feels more like my old 911, which is a bizarre comparison, but the way you enter the brakes, it's like really dead, and then you jump into it and it starts giving you more. So it's an odd brake, not necessarily intuitive. It's gonna stop the car, but it might do it with a little more drama than expected.
Fox buddy.
Fox buddy. Oh. He was mean mugging. He's like, I will not look at your technology. Okay. And how much does supercharging cost? So if you were to go from like basically 0 to a 95% charge, what would that
would
cost?
be the 1334 you see on the screen now. That's
So it's
when
like
I was at
$13,
service.
$14?
Yep, and I checked the app and it had 30 miles on the battery, so it's about 5% or so, and they charge it up to 90.
So I'm driving my V8 fleet of BMWs, and I would kill to fill those for $13, $14.
Right.
That would be
You
nice.
did almost 300 miles for $13.
Absolutely bonkers. So we're gonna go autopilot. We've got a car ahead of us. We're gonna see how she does.
So look at that hubcap.
Life is relaxed. I'm not doing anything. Just keeping my hands here for the commenters. What's really wild about this car right now, see now it's slowing down for us to match the speed, but I'm gonna go into the next lane.
See, it didn't let you.
It didn't do it.
Because there's a car coming. At least that's what I thought. You can try that. There you go.
There we go. All right, not doing anything, it's changing lane. These electric motors, they kind of peter out after like 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, 90,
so,
80, yep.
Yeah, so we'll feel these brakes. He can come on in. We're gonna come over here. Very maneuverable, very pointy. You know what? Like, yeah, this is just the way of the future. I'm sorry, this is really good.
This
like,
is really good.
We're moving, man. This is cool.
Like,
I'm so excited that this is a mainstream car that you can buy right now. Look at this on the on-ramp. Oh, it leans. You've got mechanical grip. Whee! I dig it. This is great.
This is a great piece of machinery.
And these are like the lame tires. We put a set of Dunlop Star Specs or R888Rs on this thing. Oh, autocross monster.
Yeah, this thing really can be.
Look at this thing go.
Oh my god. And that's where, I mean, just instant. Damn.
I am about it.
I am too.
Good job. So it passes the fun factor. This car is actually fun to drive. I know how much you guys all love to see a car turn off, because if I don't end a video while I'm turning the car off, you get mad, but there's really nothing to do here. It's electric. It's pretty much always on and always off. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go ahead over to Tedward Drives and check out my personal channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Off it goes. Ooh, it stops quick when you let go. So that's pretty good, because like, definitely been in a situation where somebody parks really close to you and you can't get that door open. So now we can pull the car out of the spot. All right, let's see what happens. Let's hope we don't cause an accident here. Gonna find out. What?
No, Sarah, that's so cool. So actually, so now, because the settings, it doesn't feel comfortable to go.
It's nervous.
It's anxious.
It's anxious. Okay, well, hey, but it didn't hit. It was starting to turn to make sure it wasn't gonna hit the Range Rover, but you can actually change the settings and how close you're willing to let your Tesla get to the objects that it's avoiding.
So right now, you can change the bumper clearance so that it'll show you a graphic too. So you can make it all the way up to 48 inches is how much bumper clearance you have in the front. And you can go all the way down to 8 inches.
Wow. Okay.
And then sum and distance is how far away it'll go. So as long as you keep holding it, it'll go away 32 feet. You can go all the way up to 40, or you can go all the way back to 10 feet of summit.
Got it.
And then standard, you can do standard and tight.
I definitely like the require continuous touch.
Yep.
That is a smart
You can
option.
turn
to
that
keep
off
on.
or turn that on, and then it'll tell you, oh, this is a
Like,
warning.
are you sure that's
you
a
wanna do
bad
that?
idea?
Yeah. So I leave it on tight, and I go up all the way because I don't really care.
Right.
I don't have a garage, and then bumper clearance, you can turn that